nanongurarawa nigo sana kodoe namataka baunanuma nananda tonlasa mai suvananuma tikona Vanwarongo nanomo nivanua Kenata nilevu tunaua Lomango voli meu bau batuka Tovolea ke balavu nabula
Okay, the bar's officially open now, Gizzy.
Oh, okay. Here, Scotty.
Evening, Jimmy.
Hi,
How have you
mate.
been? Haven't seen you much.
No, I've been busy weekends. I've had a busy day again today, but I came home at about 5 o'clock, so I'd had enough. It's my daughter's birthday today, so been in the pub all afternoon. Been a red hot afternoon. We've been outside. Let me shut this door behind me because I'm getting the sunlight in it.
I see that. Yeah, so good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, well, I've had enough.
Yeah.
I had too much to eat. No, I didn't have too much to drink, to be fair, but I just thought, no, I've had enough. I'm coming home.
And you got a busy day tomorrow, going down to the smoke, right?
Yeah, I'm going to meet Pete tomorrow, Wimo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that better?
Comes Zachary. Yeah, that's perfect. Here comes Zachary from Canada. Yeah. Where's Dave?
Where's he from? Canada.
Hello.
Zachary. Whoa, you're out in the garden.
I'm on the beach in Mexico. No, I'm not. I'm in the garden. How are you?
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I thought I'd sit outside today. It's nice sunny day.
There's a possibility that Billy Vader might come in at when I send him the link. I told him I send him the link at 2:15 East Coast time.
Okay.
I'm not keeping I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but at least he's make an attempt. Yeah. So I was hoping that bloody Anchorman could be in here to add something to
Yeah, I'm John. I'm not going to be here very long, I'm afraid.
Oh no, you're not feeling well, Food. I'm sorry.
No, I've had the shits really bad. I even had to phone acute oncology last night, and they were talking about me going to hospital, but I couldn't get there. So they said ring 999, and then they rang me back and said they'd spoke to a doctor and to leave it until today. Well, I feel a lot better, but this afternoon, I know I was all right this morning, but this afternoon I had a pint of orange squash to try and keep rehydrated, and bloody started again. So I'm going to go and have some jarry in a minute and see if that helps settle it down. I was supposed to have been in Spain, supposed to go to Spain today. I had to cancel that.
Yeah, sad.
It's probably norovirus because there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah, Ray, the problem is I've got I had prostate cancer and I had radiotherapy and I've had serious side effects from it.
Oh dear.
I had 5 days in hospital in the middle of last month. But that is sort of cleared up because they took me off of blood thinners, which is a bit dodgy because I've got a regular heartbeat. But and if I don't take blood thinners, I'm at risk of a clot. But they've kept me off of them until June, until I have a oncology consultancy again. But I'm hoping this is either I've eaten something or I've picked up a bug. Yesterday, I couldn't get warm. I was freezing cold. I had a shower and I got dressed and I had a shirt, a pullover. Then I put a tracksuit top on, and I still ended up having to get under a duvet to get warm.
Right.
Oh, good.
But
Yeah.
you know, that side of it is all gone. I still feel every now and then feel a bit drowsy, well, sleepy. But there you go. Anyhow, that's me. So I'm not staying in here very long.
Well, let's hope you get better. And if you run off quick, we'll know where you're gone.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
went there
Door open and seat down, Dave.
Yeah.
sorry.
Door open and seat down.
Yeah. It's already down.
All right.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near as bad as it was yesterday. You know, yesterday was really bad. But I think what it is, it's because I had some toast for breakfast, a few mugs of tea, and I was all right. Then I had a tin of soup and a ham sandwich at lunchtime, and I was all right. But then when I drank this pint of orange squash this afternoon, it just went straight through me.
Chemicals in the oranges, my guess.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it was only orange squash, but it wasn't very strong. But once I've had some dinner tonight, I shall drink some more water. You know, I think I could have been dehydrated yesterday because the amount of fluid I lost. But you might have to edit all this out, Colonel.
Oh, so it adds colour. Here comes John Herbert. Still,
Yeah, you're right there.
Can someone call Dave Inge and ask him what the bloody hell's going on?
He's probably at the concert, and
No, he told me he's coming in, but he's not. So I don't know. I don't know. We've got the concert live over here as well at noon. Yeah.
What concert's that?
The coronation concert.
No, I thought that was
Windsor.
last night.
No, it's at Windsor Castle, 8 o'clock. It's on BBC.
No, I thought it was last night.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, John.
Good evening, all.
Evening, John. Are you back home?
Yes, yeah, I've been back now. What? Be 3 weeks come Wednesday.
Ah, right. Okay. Have a good time in Goa?
It was very stressful, in actual fact.
No.
After 16 years, they've just started they've set up a maintenance society, which should have been done about 10 years ago, in actual fact. But the builder developer kept stalling it. And then, of course, COVID, which stalled it a bit longer. And when they got the list of who are the owners of all the apartments, my apartment is still listed down as the builder decorator owning it, although I've got all the documents to say that I'd purchased it. If anything should happen to me, and remember I'm 80, he can claim it.
Oh.
The apartment is worth between 150 to 200,000 quid.
Oh, so you think you've been on the fiddle, dear?
No, definitely.
Mm.
I've got a lawyer who's checked all my documents. They're in order. There's no reason why he shouldn't have transferred it over to my name. He sent him a letter asking him why and to do it, and asking him why if not, which he completely ignored. By a lawyer up there, he should have answered this letter within 15 days.
Right. Andy Stageman.
Hello. Dave's not here. Hi, Andy. Hi, Chris.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Good
Evening, guys.
We're waiting for the anchorman.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
sorry.
Gizzy. I missed it. Sorry.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, happy belated.
Yeah,
Is it?
I'm officially an old man now.
Oh, we're all old men, mate.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
It's just that some are younger than others.
that's right.
Yeah.
Some are older men than other old.
Well,
men.
I was trying to be polite.
Yeah, I had a bit of a shindig at family. I'm quite surprised at the turnout, actually. But
Was that your old boozer or?
yeah, it was one of my old pubs. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's got many.
the biggest surprise was my youngest son turned up. He flew in from the States on the Wednesday night.
Oh, very cool.
And flew back on Sunday. He just
He
wanted
lives
to.
he lives in DC, doesn't he, Gizzy?
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a flight out Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Walked in. Well, we went. My eldest son took me out on Thursday night, and we met in a pub in Loughborough, and we were there sitting there, and he walked in, and everybody knew about it but me. So that was a bit of a shock. But yeah, he said I wanted to spend your birthday with your dad, and then said I'm not missing your party because you never have a party. And he went back Sunday.
Was that the big 7-0? Was it or?
Yeah.
You finally joined the club, huh?
Finally, yeah. I feel very, very privileged that I've joined it because too many of our shipmates never did.
That's right.
Yeah, some good pals of mine never got this far, so I feel quite privileged.
Mm.
Yeah, because
we're all in that situation
together.
I'm just hoping to make me 66 so I can get a bloody state pension. That's next year for me.
Oh, they'll have raised it by then, Andy. Do it every month.
Well, I get it. I'm 65 this year, so I'm 66 next year. So I'll get my pension next year.
One of the best things you get is a bus pass, mate.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Mine.
I know.
I got mine at 62 here. It's godsend. Saved me a fortune.
I'm sure it has. Yeah. Buses around here are crap though. The last bus leaves the town up to the village at 7:30 at night. So if you want to go down the town for a drink after 7:30, you've got to get a cab home.
Right.
It's crap.
Well, I'm quite lucky here because I'm on the airport route, East Midlands Airport route. It runs 24 hours.
All right, cool, yeah.
After 8 o'clock at night, it's every hour till 6 in the morning. Then it's every 20 minutes.
Cool.
So if I want to go into Leicester or into Derby, it's every 20 minutes. And at night time, I just have to make sure that I'm back by 5 to 11 for the bus. After 11 o'clock, you have to pay, you see.
Yeah, probably funny. But after 9 o'clock, I'm normally in bed anyway.
that reminds me when Dave and Pat Inge came and stayed in our apartment in Nice when we were there for the wedding. We were having a great time. We decided to go out for a joey, got on the bus like at 7 o'clock, went down the Avenue d'Ingles all the way to the end, spent 2 or 3 hours in the restaurant, got to get the bus back. No, they stopped buses at 8 o'clock. and getting a taxi was not easy, or an Uber. No, it was impossible. So, but we made it. We made it. Yeah.
I don't know how many times. This is probably for everyone here. How many times I almost missed the ship because we couldn't get a taxi wherever we happened to be, especially if it was like San Juan. We used to go out in the evening in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we didn't sail till midnight usually. And sometimes trying to get a cab was almost impossible.
Yeah, because it was Saturday night.
10 to 12, though, Ray.
What's that?
It was Saturday night in San Juan.
Yeah,
we used to go to the Scotch. We used to go to the Scotch and Sirloin regularly on a Saturday night, and it's over in the new area, over in the Condado area. And I remember one time we couldn't get a ride back, as was pretty usual. And Chris James, the photographer that I worked with, he hailed this pickup truck down, gave the guy $100 and said, "Take us to Pier 1." And we all climbed in the back of this pickup truck. You had to do what you had to do, you know.
Well, I actually sailed over on Island Princess one night because I was having a party over there with Dave Hale and a few of the others. And by the time I'd realised what the time was, the Island Princess had sailed. So when we got to San Juan in the morning, I sneaked off the crew gangway and straight back onto the sun. Nobody even knew I'd gone.
Tony Freeman Koch did that one time, the photographer I worked with as well.
Yeah.
He got the Island Princess over to San Juan from St. Thomas. He missed the ship. So
but wasn't that a regular thing with the Sun Princess? With some of them used to get off there if there's another ship in, and then get back to San Juan on the other ship overnight. If we was in together.
Without being missed.
I believe
Countess, wasn't it?
Yeah, Aggie Brewer used to do that a few times, I think.
Yeah, Aggie. I remember Aggie used to do that. The only time I technically did miss the ship, although I didn't actually miss the ship, was I was dating a girl in Puerto Rico. I met her. She came on the ship. She was a translator when we were doing Transcanal to Mexico.
Trans what, right?
That's what I was wondering.
She was a translator.
Oh, translator. Sorry.
Yeah, remember when we used to remember when we used to carry a lot of Mexicans when we did the Transcanal to Mexico. We carried a lot of Mexican passengers, and she did. She used to come on and translate to Spanish to English, and she was Puerto Rican, and we dated for quite a while. And Phil Butcher, bless him, arranged for me to stay in the Union Jack bar for quite a long time so that I could get the day off in San Juan, and I would work in the morning, but then I wouldn't work for the rest of the day. And we went ashore one night. She picked me up in a car. We went for dinner. We had a beautiful dinner. Then we went to a park afterwards, and it was like 11:30. I said, well, the ship sails at 12. We better get going. We're only like 10 minutes away. And we came up to an intersection where all the traffic lights were red, and all the cars were just completely crammed in there, and we could not get through. And she knew a different way through, but by the time we'd actually extricated ourselves from the intersection, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I kept saying to her, I'm screwed.
Hang on a sec, Ray. Bloody hell, brother. Thank you for being here, because Inge, he's missed the ship. And can you say hi to Blackpool Bob, as you are now the anchorman, Brandon?
He's having a big problem updating his Zoom, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, it's strange that, Scotty, because I did when I came in tonight, actually. Yeah. Carry on, Ray. Sorry.
So anyway, when we finally got the ship, when we finally got close to where the ship should have been, it was still there, and there was a late flight. And they're waiting for this late flight. So they didn't sail till like 1:30 in the morning. And she dropped me off and I just walked on. Otherwise, I'd have been flying to Curacao probably. Yeah.
Here he comes now.
Big round of applause.
When I signed in tonight, John, I had to update all sorts of stuff.
Thanks, Dave. Thank God you're here.
He doesn't look in a good mood, does he? He doesn't look in a good mood. We need someone to say hi to Blackpool Bob. Can someone say hi to Blackpool Bob?
Hello, Dave.
Good evening.
Hello, Dave.
Hey, Mr. Inch.
Hello to you all. I'm just turning the volume up on this. I don't know if you guys had the same thing. I had to redo the whole Zoom thing.
Yes, I just said the same thing, Dave. I did when I signed in.
I just ignored it.
Well, I decided to ignore Colonel instead, but I think I'd better not do that next time.
You had a bollocking, mate.
Oh
no, Dave, we love you.
The good news is, have I already had the bollocking, even though I wasn't there?
Yeah, you've had lots of them, Dave. But I take it all back. I take it all back, because I'll be there in a couple of weeks, and I need your help.
I know you will, Johnny. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Brendan.
David.
Good to see you. Lovely. How did the polling go? Did everybody say hello to you when they came in?
Well, it was very interesting. The first time I've ever done anything like this, and it's all very precise. Luckily, I was with a lady who was the presiding officer in the polling station, and she made sure everything was exactly how it should be. But I was basically doing most of the meeting and greeting, and it's amazing. Some people come in, you say, good morning, welcome to the polling station, completely blank you, walk straight past you as if you're invisible. I thought, right, I'm really going to say goodbye and thank you for voting and have a nice day. And they still ignore you. I thought, I went in the mirror in the bathroom to see if there's something on my face or something. It's amazing. Just people don't acknowledge a welcome or a goodbye. It's.
Did you say it in English?
Sorry, Brendan. Were you just saying something then?
I was thinking if you spoke in English, they probably didn't understand you.
Well, some were rude, but there was a couple of nice ones. A chap brought his 2 young children in and explained the whole thing, what was going on about voting, how it all worked, because you're allowed to do that. You go in there And then he went to do his vote, and the kids come up, and he said, no, you can't come here and see what I'm doing. So it was quite funny, but yeah, it was a good day. I would do it again. It's quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
Long day.
Long day.
Yes, it's 6 in the morning till 10 at night, and then you got the sort of setup and.
You get overtime for that.
No, such thing as overtime. Anyway, it was an experience. I recommend it.
Good.
Anyway, Dave, I suppose it's a bad day that Billy Vader called me saying he's excited. He's got a new iPhone and he's trying to come in. But obviously, if you guys had problems, it'll be impossible for him.
Right. Yeah, well, that's right.
Yeah.
But seriously, did some of you other boys have a problem?
I got in straight away.
Yeah,
I did.
Me too, yeah.
Dave, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to update it, it said.
Yes,
It was
yeah.
2 or 3 minutes.
That caught me on the hop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the message saying that do you want to update now? And I said no, because I knew that would be having spent so many years in IT, I knew that would probably be a bad idea.
No, mine wouldn't let me. It just said you need to update before anything would happen.
Gizzy, don't say it so casually, though. Don't say it so casually. It was a big thing for me. Yeah.
It's not a big thing for me, Dave. Either get in or I don't. If I don't, then I don't.
Well, that's what I thought. I didn't want another bollocking, though. That's the thing, But hey, anyway, look, seeing all the faces. Look, nice to see you, Andy. Looking good. Wonderful.
He needs to unmute himself.
That's all right. And Chris, obviously, out on the west coast, along with lovely Zachary. You're out in your garden.
Yes, I am. It's a beautiful day today. So I'm pretending I'm in Mexico.
There's a bear right behind you.
Yeah.
Bear what, Dave?
Actually, there might be.
I know. Yeah.
I tell you what. That was a fantastic day yesterday. The coronation. They did us proud. That was incredible. Incredible.
Very, very good. I think the coverage that was done by Bobo was excellent.
It was, yeah.
I was expecting all these videos from him. What happened?
He was in Hyde Park. Did he get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, Chris?
Well, actually, I didn't get to bed till 2:30 because my wife and I watched it till 2:30, and then we went to bed and carried on from when the ceremony started. We got up in the morning and watched the ceremony and the parade afterwards, recorded.
Yeah, what we did, we stayed up until they finished in Westminster Abbey. And by that time, it was like 4:00 in the morning. So we went to bed and then we watched the procession later. Yeah.
So a question
fantastic
for Hilda, thanks for saying you remember, and also Pete, you were saying you were, I don't know how many hours old when the last coronation, can't hear you, Pete.
Shoulders. He was 2.
It's gone mutton again.
But Blackpool Bob, you'd already done 2 world cruises by the time that started.
Yeah, I was 14, but I don't remember anything about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was 18 months old, roughly.
Yeah.
And we watched it in a neighbor's house because we didn't have a TV on one of those little 9-inch black and white screens.
Yeah, same here.
And apparently I was sitting on someone's lap and my head was going up and down in time with the horses all the time.
Oh, fantastic. Great.
I was 4. I don't remember watching it, but I do remember going to a party.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Must have been 3 ales,
in a hall. Sorry.
Must have been 3 ale.
And Hilda, you said you went into an orchard or something.
Yeah, it was an orchard. One of our neighbours had got an orchard just up the road, and it wouldn't have been possible to have closed our road anyway because it was a main road. Yeah. So they had it up in this orchard, and it had got a sort of a barn there. So all the food and everything was set up in the barn because it was still a bit dodgy whether you would have rain or not.
Yeah.
So now I can remember that as if it was yesterday.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, yeah.
I think I was 10, possibly. Yeah, I would have been 10 then. I think, or 11.
Mm-hmm.
11, 53. I'd have been 11.
Yeah.
They said on the commentary yesterday that there's only about 98% of people. There's 98% of people that weren't around in the UK for the last. So I guess 2% of us are very lucky, right?
Yeah. They interviewed a woman. There was a woman on TV this morning who can remember the last 5. King George V, Edward VIII.
Well, Edward didn't have a coronation, did he?
No, she could remember all the monarchs.
Yeah.
Right.
She must have been very young when George V was on the throne.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're not going down the political route, but when you saw all the prime ministers going in, and then that Liz Truss was there. She was there at the end of the Queen and the first, and she was only in bloody position for about a fortnight. You know, bloody hell, she still got invited along with Anton Deck.
Yeah, that's got to be something, isn't it? Eh? Having the shortest term in office and serving under 2 monarchs, that's got to be the first, isn't it?
Yeah.
The star of the show was Penny Mordaunt, wasn't it?
She had a big part. Yeah.
With
she never flinched once, did she? I'll tell you what, like or dislike her, can't fault her. She was brilliant, wasn't she?
So Zachary, and obviously you as well, Chris, over in your necks of the woods, was it pretty well? I don't know. Was there a lot of bunting and all that sort of thing, especially for you, Ray? Was there a lot up there? Not you personally, but in Canada.
No, it's a bit of a non-event over here.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't watch any of it, so.
So it was all Canada. It was a non-interest for the country.
No, he's wrong.
Yeah, surprisingly, because Canada being part of the Commonwealth, you'd think, but there's a lot of controversy about the royal family over here, and so there was some sort of ceremony in Ottawa, but I don't think it was very well attended. So
really. Okay.
That's surprising because I've been in Ottawa with the government house. They got all the statues of the Queen on a horse.
Yeah,
I remember. Sorry, I was going to say I remember when Prince Charles got married, and I was actually dating somebody over here at that time, and I was flying back to join the ship in Vancouver when he was marrying Princess Di, and it was a huge thing over here. It seemed like it was bigger over here than it was in the UK. It was just
right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people a lot of Canadians interviewed on the television.
Yeah.
Here
there was a lot of dignitaries went there.
Yeah.
Went to the thing. Yeah. Because they have to, because we're part of the Commonwealth, so they've got to pay.
Yeah, we're ordinary.
I want to know if they planned it that Prince Harry sat behind Princess Anne with a feather so that we couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
and if he turned his eyes to the right, he couldn't see anything. There was a pillar there.
And
I guess King Charles was upset that he rushed back to the US without staying for the family lunch afterwards.
Nothing. Yeah, he was already on the flight before they got up on the balcony. I think he was in the fly past.
Going the other
West Ham just scored, John.
Oh, whoa! Gotta have a look. Thank you, Gizzy. I
my
love you.
mum is 90. My mum is 91, and she was at the
soft goal.
Sorry. My mum is 91, and she was at the first coronation. Because she lived in London.
Oh, did she? Oh, so she's done a double header. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So anyway, getting onto the shippy side of things. Obviously, we'd had the technical problem with the Queen Mary 2 down in Southampton, wasn't it? You're aware of that, Andy?
What was that? Sorry.
The Queen Mary 2 had technical problems for quite a while, didn't she? But she's back up on the run, I think.
What was the problem, Dave? Do you know?
No, they only said
I
technical.
wouldn't say, well, because I'm due to go on it in about 5 weeks. I hope it's still running.
I think you'll be all right because she is back up and running.
It was an engine problem. It was an engine problem, I think, but she has gone out again now.
Was the passengers already on there when she? When it was
no, they didn't let them board, did they? I think the problem must have stemmed from the end of the world cruise, you know. Because,
yeah, it was cancelled last minute, sort of thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was certainly one cruise, if not two. But
well, it was two because it was due to go to New York.
Yeah, the New York one was cancelled.
Didn't get there, so that gets cancelled on the way back, didn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. But Steve Walker phoned the other day, and I think she sailed from Southampton, and she was doing just a short cruise up to Liverpool and back. Obviously, just to make sure she's up and running again, but also, I guess, to generate a bit of money back in before they go back onto the normal run.
Yeah, I think they organised that Coronation cruise last minute, didn't they? And it was sold out within an hour or something.
Yeah.
I hope you got your suits and your tuxedos ready, Gizzy.
Well, the only thing I need, John, is a tux. I've got everything else.
Yeah.
Right,
so guys, got one to spare.
guys, I'm going to make a move. I'll catch you up next time. All right.
Okay.
All right, Fruity.
Okay, Fruity.
Fruity, why don't you tell us about the Oscar tale before you go?
Yeah, Oscar's done a new tale which is going to go out after this one. And don't forget, John, you need to send it out next week after the Aussie one as well.
Oh, always, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it might slip your mind.
No, it doesn't.
And on that point, I will say good night.
Bye.
Well,
Fruity. Cheers, Dave.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Oh, flipping it.
The royal wave.
Yeah.
So, Gizzy, is that right? Are you off on a cruise imminently?
No, the 23rd of June, Dave. We're going Southampton to New York.
lovely.
That's a day we fly back from Iceland after our cruise to Norway. Wow.
Right, are you on the Queen Mary, John?
No, we're on back-to-back Norwegian cruises after the luncheon. Well, we spent 12 days in the UK. Mm-hmm. The highlight, of course, is being down with my best mate.
Yes, well, we'll have to discuss this in great detail, Johnny. Yes, we're looking forward to it. The neighbours already know. All right.
Yeah.
There's only one property still not up for sale at the moment.
It's a good job my sister doesn't watch the recording, because the highlight should be visiting my cousins up in Manchester. And no, Steve Walker, I haven't got time to visit you while I'm there. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. No, it'd be good. Yeah, it'd be good to have you back down, John. Yeah.
Well, it will, because best years, at least this year, we won't be like leopards in the parking lot. I mean, thank God for Ali, who got me a beer. Right?
Yeah. So
not to say that you would have got me a beer, Dave, but Ali got it first.
Yeah, of course he did. Of course.
But it was appropriate, John. You and Cindy holding court there, wasn't it?
I actually, I appreciate everything, but in retrospect, I hated it, especially the classic one. I said this before. We're sitting there, and obviously people come out for a fag, right? So this couple come out, who I didn't know who they were. Obviously, I don't know most of the people there, and they got close to me. So I thought the nice thing to do is to tell them, "Oh, we're out here because we got COVID." Well, bloody hell, they ran away like we got the plague. They were screaming. Yeah. All right, I'm over that now. Gotta get another beer. And by the way, Gizzy, my TV's 2 minutes behind you in scoring, so I appreciate the update.
Oh, did you say that was a fluky old goal, John?
Yeah, with ridiculous on the De Gea, yeah.
So Andy, you go away on quite a few nice holidays. Have you got any trips coming up imminently?
I've got 2 weeks in 2 weeks time. I'm in the Isle of Wight for a week. Golfing.
Golf. All right. Okay.
So me and mates, we go down to Barton-on-Sea, getting the ferry over from Lymington onto the Isle of Wight, playing a couple of games in there on the piss for a week, then coming home.
Oh, that's all right. What dates are you going on the ferry? Seriously?
22nd of May.
22nd of May,
which is a Monday.
Are you going to the pensioners' bash, Andy?
No, I'm not, because that's the day before, isn't it? Or
well, it's the Friday before, yeah.
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 I can't do that, unfortunately, because I've got this Isle of Wight trip, so which has been booked for about 9 months. So I would love to go on the pensioners trip. I'd love to play in the pensioners golf day as well, but unfortunately I can't.
No. So talking about golf and that, Brendan, have you got any tournaments coming up that you'll be going around with your big sign?
No, nothing. They have the odd little knock around at the club, but nothing big. No, we we had a couple of old friends that I'd worked with on my previous company come down for a day, and my son-in-law came along, who's Australian, and he's not played golf much before. And the day we went, it was beautiful sunshine, and then we got to the hole which was furthest from the clubhouse. Skies went completely black, and then it just came down all these hailstones.
Goodness me.
He just had a t-shirt, a polo shirt on, so it was dreadful. But no, apart from that, no, nothing. Just going out and having a knockout during the week in the early. I go in the early mornings with play with these old vets. They're amazing guys. They're all in their some of them in the late 70s, 80s.
Yeah,
they're just really nice guys. That's what I do.
Well, I wasn't thinking about the age thing, but Blackpool, Bob. I was thinking about the golf, because you do play golf as well, don't you?
I've played a game or two in my time, yes.
Yes, down under, you played quite a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Right.
So what's your handicap then, Bob?
What now? Oh,
yeah.
Christ.
Age, Andy.
Age, yeah. My lowest handicap was 10, but now I'll be looking to play off 24 now.
Well, I play off 14 at the moment.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But I've been down as far as 9. But
yeah,
I love to get back down there, but that ain't going to happen because
the age gets you.
Can't hit as far as you used to.
The age gets you.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah.
But no, did all of you boys, obviously when we were all on the ships and that, and I know, Brendan, you used to play tennis and football, obviously, and Pete, BBC Pete, apart from football, Pete, what other sports did you play when you were out on the ships?
Is this microphone working?
Yes, it is now.
We used to play a lot of squash in Fiji, Latoka.
Yeah.
Cricket.
We don't call it squash in America, do they? What do they call it over in?
And they got racquetball.
Racquetball, that's it.
We used to play racquetball when we hit the American pool, but it was squash out in the Pacific, Fiji, Latoka.
Peter, do you remember playing cricket? Peter, do you remember playing cricket in Nuku'alofa against the King of Tonga's 11?
Yeah.
In the arcade,
yeah.
I played in that game. Yeah.
Mick Ross do you remember Mick Ross?
Yes. Yeah.
He used to be a really good cricketer.
Yeah.
He used to get it all organised, the captain of the team and that.
Yeah, I remember playing a King of Tonga's 11 in Nuku'alofa in the Palace Garden, basically.
Yeah, I remember.
That's
good fun. Yeah, it did.
And afternoon tea afterwards.
Yeah. We played a lot of golf.
Scotty, did you play a lot of? Did you play in the football or what, Scotty?
I played an odd game of football, but mostly darts and cards, I think.
Brown anchor.
Of course, you did the footy. Obviously, I remember you with being our captain.
I remember him being in the bloody shower with my wife.
I remember your wife interviewing me in the shower, John.
Yes,
was that water polo?
Yes, you did, Gizzy. I got it on video.
We did. In fact, most of us did. Chris, did you play any sports any
Yeah,
spare
we
time?
played. I remember we played pool up in Alaska, up in Juneau.
Oh, yeah.
Played pool.
Yeah.
And we,
That was just
we
an
played.
excuse.
And we went 10-pin bowling.
Oh,
Yes,
bloody!
that
Oh,
was a
yes, yeah, 10-pin bowling.
We had some
That
tournaments.
was always good.
Yeah.
Charlie, good to see you.
It's not a Bermuda though, Brendan, so don't worry about asking what the weather's like.
So where is he? There's no fan. No.
Charlie, can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Charlie?
We can't hear you, Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah, you can now.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Does anybody remember? I don't remember his name, but we had a bar manager on the Sun Princess for a while, and he used to go off and play tennis, and everybody started calling him McEnroe.
John Bradford. John Bradford.
Yeah, it could be John Bradford.
Probably.
He used to play squash as well.
Yeah, John Bradford did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Pixie?
Yes.
Yeah, Pixie. Yeah.
Was it his uncle? Yeah.
No, they were either half brothers or something.
Yeah, they were related, weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. I think they either had probably had the same mum.
Right.
You know,
Can we
something
get
like
back
that.
to where Charles Bermuda is, please?
Charlie, where are you?
Leon C.
Leon C, Colonel.
Actually, you asked a question, and I nearly muted my best friend Ray up in Canada, but I didn't because he'd have been pissed off at me. But that's okay. He's in the sunshine. He's having a hard time looking at the screen.
Yeah, I can't see the screen that well.
Yeah, so he didn't know that you were in the middle of asking Charles a question. So it's okay, Ray.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's all good. It's done. We're good.
And a bollocking,
Can I
Dave.
carry on? Can I carry on?
I have had a bollocking. Yeah, I have had one. I'm due another one very shortly. But I have just been given a message from Colonel from Billy Vader because Charlie and I wasn't here either. I was late. But anyway, Billy Vader, who was a great comedian from Sun Princess and I think that all the princess ships, but way back, has been trying to get in. But he sent Colonel a message saying, yes, John, I tried, but I was up on top of the mountain, didn't get a very good signal for Wi-Fi because I was looking over damage on my farm next week, or when you do it again, on my farm. Next week or when you do it again, I'll be able to get on because I have Wi-Fi at the house and I can sit there and get on catching up with you guys. God bless you and give my best to everybody and tell them I'll be there next time. Of course, we will look forward to that. Thanks, Billy Vader. So he's up the top of a mountain, just having a look over his ranch for wind damage. And then once that's all done and secured. What's that, Charlie?
I said, it's not Breakback Mountain, is it?
He was known as Billy Varder.
Billy Varder. Yeah. Well, it was the Mexican cruise director.
Oh, he died, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Eduardo Rivera.
Edward. Well done, because we used to call him Ed Weirdo, you know, but in a nice way, obviously. Yeah, Ed, he was great.
Wasn't he an entertainer before he become a cruise director?
Yes, he did. That's right. Yeah.
He used to come on and do the Aztec dancing.
Yes.
In Acapulco and places like that. And they gave him a position on board.
Yeah.
Assistant cruise director.
That's right. Brendan,
all the way to the top. But he was a funny man. He was so funny.
He was.
He always used to call the American. They used to call the passengers up for something, and he always picked on one with a wig. And he'd get them up on the stage there, and he'd put his hand at the back, and then he'd move it. We'd all be cracking up because he knew what he was going to do. And it was just he was a funny man. Very sad he died. I don't know what the circumstances were.
Yeah.
Great. Eduardo.
It's some great characters.
Yeah.
Is Taffy coming in?
What do you figure? From wearing the bloody hat, yes, he's coming in.
Taffy?
Where is he?
French. He's been over there so long.
I just got out of the Taffmobile.
Hang on, let's get the old Catella on. Hang on. There we go. Hey,
Cover that
did
riot.
There's one of these in Budapest, isn't there, at the moment?
Exactly. Donut's got one in Budapest.
Yes, I was going to congratulate him on that. Flying the flag in Budapest.
Brilliant.
I think he was arrested shortly afterwards.
Come here.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
What you been doing now?
Yeah.
I wanted
well
to finish
done,
my
Pete.
anecdote on sports because, Dave, you were talking about tennis, and that's what made me think of John Bradford used to play tennis, and the hooligan, Kevin O'Halloran, who was very understated with his comedy and wasn't overtly comedic in any way, showed up. He thought the fact that the bar manager went to shore to play tennis was ridiculous. And he showed up in the crew bar one night in his bartender's uniform, but wearing over the top of his trousers a pair of tennis shorts. And he was wearing a sweatband around his forehead. And he had sweat cuffs, and he was carrying a tennis racket.
Brilliant.
And I don't know if John Bradford saw him, but he hung out in the crew bar for about an hour, dressed like that, and then left.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, and there he is.
Does anybody know if he's still alive, Whispering Jack?
No, he died.
He's dead. I heard he's dead, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm not sure the circumstances. Somebody said he
I think
wasn't
John
that good.
Bradford's dead as well.
Who?
John Bradford?
Is he?
Is
Oh, is he really?
I think so. I think someone said he.
Oh,
He
well.
died
Does that
quite
mean
young.
Does that mean that tennis isn't good for you?
Don't play tennis at sea.
Don't play tennis at
I've
sea.
still
Yeah,
got
right.
I've still got a great story. I've still got a great story about the hooligan, which involves Dave, Steve Walker, Jeremy Merrick, Pat Reed, and a pair of pink socks, which I've got a picture of. But I'm not going to tell it today. I'm going to wait till Steve Walker's on the
He'll
call.
be in about 2 minutes. He won't be very happy, right?
Uh-oh.
Not that you know the reason why, because it's a football match being played right now.
Is it?
It'll be half time in a minute.
Yeah, in a minute, yeah.
Oh, you can warn them. Steve is coming in a few, and he won't be happy. Is it finished? Is it?
No, it's half time. Yeah, but he's so cheap. He's so cheap that he has to watch the football on his phone. So that's why he can't watch it here.
There was a bigger match than that an hour ago.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Hey, no, BBC Pete.
Bromley didn't make it to the National League final either. They got beaten extra time by Chesterfield.
I watched that.
But
I watched them both this afternoon. Or, well, most of them. I've been to a party.
Watching the gym.
Watching it on some kid's iPad. Notts. I've always had a soft spot for Notts. I hate the Reds. I've always had a soft spot for County.
Right.
Yeah, they did well. They came back from 2-0 down, didn't they?
That's right, yeah.
Right now, it's lucky Fruity's not in at the moment. He would be very, 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 very angry with both of you boys. All right.
Now, if we're talking about Bromley and Chesterfield, he'd have never heard of them.
Yeah. I don't know where they are.
Pete, what was the photo behind you? What ship was it and what year?
Oh, that's got to be about 1970. Let's go for 1977 or 6.
Right.
On the Arcadia.
On the Ark. On the Ark. And was Whispering Jack on there for quite some time?
Yeah. I think so. I think he was there before I got there, which was in 72. And
he was on Orchids in 72.
Well,
yeah, because I sailed with him then.
Was he barman in 72 with you, Gizzy?
Yeah. He worked with, I think he worked with the scene on the Orchids.
No, the big scene. Des Grundy. Bloody hell.
My mate Desmond.
Oh, flipping out. Fantastic. That's good. So Charlie, how long are you still over here for?
I'll fly out on Thursday coming.
Okay. All right. Well,
I know I must apologise, Charlie, because I know Pete was trying to set up a trip down to the south coast here. We're going to hook up maybe with Derek and everything, but we had stuff going on all the time here, so it just didn't work out. But there'll be Ireland.
Yeah, we'll see each other in Ireland.
My mother took sick as well, so I'd have probably had to cancel.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
how is she, Charlie?
Sorry?
How is she?
She's a little better, but she's been in bed for the last 3 days.
Oh
dear.
Very unusual for her.
Yeah.
I was going to call you because are you around? You're around Tuesday, yeah?
I've kind of made other arrangements now.
All right, because Steve Bickerdike, who's from Vancouver.
Yeah, I remember Steve.
And I think he was on the Sun for a while. I'm meeting him at Borough Market.
Oh, right. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, why don't you come along?
Yeah, if things change a little bit, I'll give you a buzz.
Right.
Well, with your mum.
I haven't seen him since Rhonda the Honda days.
Right.
That was one of the girls on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Why was she called the Honda?
We know why she was called Honda, Ray.
It was a good ride.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, probably everybody rides Hondas, don't they? It's pretty
I just hope he didn't marry her.
No.
I should have known that. I used to have a Honda too.
Oh, right, yeah.
Was it called Rhonda?
Rhonda the Honda.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I need to talk to Scotty for a second. So, Scotty, you're staying at the Novotel, right?
Yeah.
Right. So on the when we get in from Heathrow, I'll rely on you to take me and Mrs. Kling around the corner to the Ibis to the cabin pour out. And by the way, Brendan, I got in trouble last week or the week before because I was all excited saying that Brendan's inviting all of us, and I was told to shut up because I'd invited too many people.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's 360 people going to the pensioners do. I don't think squeeze them all in the.
I don't know any of them. I just invited people in the crew bar.
Brendan, there's more coming to your cabin pour out than there is going to the flipping luncheon.
Are you in the Ibis, Brendan?
Pardon?
Are you in the Ibis?
Yeah, the one right next door to the.
We're in there as well. Me and Anthony there, and Alice is there too. Are you shopping at the Ibis, Pete?
I can't come down on the. Is it the Thursday you're talking about? The day before?
Yeah.
I've got an appointment in London, unfortunately.
That's a shame. Yeah.
But
Alice will be there.
I'll be there on Friday morning. No problem.
We won't be able to tell you the exact location until we get assigned our room.
Yeah, we'll be safe.
But
how's it going to work, Brendan? Do you need someone to be down there in the lobby to get us in the elevator with a purse?
No, you just come up, John. You don't need a.
You don't come up. You have to have a room key to make the elevator work.
Yeah, you do.
They got things called stairs, John. You walk up the stairs,
in
the elevator, and come up the stairs, man. I know in America you don't use them too often.
And
what are you on the 14th floor, Brendan?
Brendan's on the 14th floor. Yeah, you're right.
So it'll be a nice stroll for you and Cindy, Johnny.
Just trust me.
That Abyss Hotel, I've stayed there a couple of times and it's quite nice. It's only about 4 floors and most of the rooms look out onto the port.
We'll be able to wave to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the ships coming in and out.
It's so funny you just said the Ibis Hotel because I was saying to John in text, I hope that they have a bigger room than I had. And I actually stayed at an Ibis Hotel near Heathrow. And first of all, I got the numbers transposed on the card. So I went to the wrong room and thought the card didn't work. And I was on my way back down when I realized that I got the numbers wrong. Then I went back to the room and I couldn't figure out how to turn the lights on because I didn't know that you had to put the card in the wall.
These West Coast boys.
No.
Yeah.
There is one
And the room
thing.
was so small. The room was absolutely tiny. So I was joking with John. I said, I hope he gets a bigger room than the room that I stayed in, because it was smaller than my bellboy's cabin.
We're going to be like that.
I've stayed in both hotels, and the Ibis has the small rooms, and the Novotel has the larger rooms. Actually,
Right, we'll come around Johnny's then. We'll go
Yeah,
around to
yeah,
Johnny's
that's good.
hotel.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
It'll be an alleyway party. Doesn't matter.
And I'll get Gizzy next to us. You see, don't have to. We'll just knock through the Gizzies, you know.
why don't you make it a foyer party? You can invite everybody then.
Oi.
Make it a private party.
Now, you know, talking to that Ibis, we're stopping there that night. I also tried to book for the night before we go on the Queen Mary, and it's totally sold out, you know.
Really?
Yeah, for that night. And the only place we can get is in the one next door. Is it the Ibis?
Ibis, yeah.
Budget or something.
Ibis budget.
Oh, yeah. That one. Oh, it's a dreadful hotel.
Well, it's the only room we could get, John. It's 120 quid a night.
Are you talking about London Heathrow?
No, Southampton.
I stayed there by mistake one turn.
You could get a room in Sway.
I was going to say, when you going, Gizzy?
Wait.
Come here. Well, we're stopping the 22nd of June.
Come here.
But, hang on. I think we're no. I was going to say you could come down here, but I have a feeling we seriously are away. I think we are away actually on holiday.
Have you just decided that, David?
It just came up.
What I found fascinating was
Gizzy, I'll check with you seriously. If we're home, you can obviously come down here. But if we are away, obviously we're away.
You can leave the tent.
Of course you can.
Leave the keys under the mat, Gizzy. Just go.
What I found fascinating
Brendan, you've still got our set of keys. What are you doing? Hang on, Steve's coming in. Now, Colonel, is Steve happy or not?
Have a look at his name. Have a look at his name right now.
Not happy, Steve.
That's not happy, Ron. Okay, that's too quick.
I think we should give him a chorus of I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Oh, that's Pete. That's nasty.
I haven't got a monkey. I haven't got a monkey.
Right.
I haven't got a chimpanzee.
Stephen, it's lovely to see you.
Yes, thank you. See you all, guys. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's only the half time. There's plenty of time yet.
Well, as they say, Steve, it's a game of two halves.
Yep, that's what they say.
That's all right.
Hopefully you don't lose them both.
Yeah, we'll need to win. Who've we got in?
Nice to see you, Charlie.
You're looking very tropical there, Raymond.
Yeah, I'm in Mexico.
Mexico.
Easy. Down.
No, it's just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So where are you?
Lovely.
In his backyard in Canada.
In my
Really?
back garden. Yeah. I'm expelling the myth that it's all igloos and ice fields.
Ray's back garden looks like a park.
Yes, it does.
It looks like a park.
Yeah.
Looks lovely.
Well,
yeah.
Really?
Steve, we've only gone quiet since you've come in. All right,
I know you were talking about me before. It's okay, mate.
It's sympathy.
Huh?
Steve, someone's trying to get your room at the Sway Inn the day before they go on a cruise. Is that and it wasn't Gizzy's going on the cruise, but who suggested he came down here? Who was it?
That was me, wasn't it?
It was. Well done, Scotty. So Gizzy,
are you using the parking facilities, Gizzy?
No, we're on the train, Steve.
Are you? Oh well, that's all right. You can get the train down to carry on down to Sway.
I know I can. I went there with you once. Remember?
Yeah. yes. You do. So Gizzy knows the room already. It's all right. Yeah. Hey, when Gizzy came down, I know it was quite a few years ago. It was to go to that other luncheon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was near Christchurch, that hotel.
Yeah.
It was way inland, wasn't it, somewhere?
The Lord Butte, Scotty.
Lord Butte, Highcliffe.
Yeah. Who went that we, it was you, me.
Fruity went, didn't he?
Fruity, Phil Butcher. Was it
Phil went, yeah.
Phil went.
I think I've got a photograph of us all.
And Taffy came.
Yeah, Taff was there as well, weren't he? That's right,
yeah.
yeah.
£4.50 for a bottle of water.
Yeah, something like that. In fact, we were the only people we knew, weren't we? We didn't know anybody else. Did we?
Well, the only we did have one other. Who was the radio officer with the ping pong eyes?
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
He's got a dodgy. Do you remember him? An RO, boys.
Yeah.
Any of you? A radio
That's
officer.
the Colonel's mate. He met him on the QE2. The Colonel did.
Yes. He does a lot of cruising.
Yeah, little pointing nose, hasn't he?
What's his name, John?
Alan.
Well, I didn't know him, and how that came about, I don't know. But yeah, you're right on the Queen Mary.
He was on the Sun.
We met up for a drink. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a nice guy as well.
Very nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He was on the Sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, can you talk to Chris Johnson in California? You haven't spoken to him for a while.
Chris, we did have a chat, didn't we, Chris?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's not ignoring me. It's okay.
Yeah. So.
Come here.
So, Steve, are you with us now, or are you?
No, he's going back. Yes, you watch the match.
I'm with you. It's half time.
You going back to the game, or have you given up?
It's half time. I'm going back next half. Yeah, I'm going back to the next.
Okay. Because I don't know what the score is, but West Ham managed to score 4 down at Bournemouth the other week. I don't know if that helps.
I meant to say to Chris that at the P&O pensioners do, Joy Casser is going to be there, the ex-hostess who was married.
Oh, really? Okay, sure.
Oh, is she?
Give her my love. No, he's not. No,
he died
about 3 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
they were already married. They were already married for 5 years. They got married in 80 and divorced in 85.
Yeah, it was quite an up and down thing.
Yeah.
Chris, did you ever come across a photographer named Charlie Canogie?
Yeah,
American guy.
I sure did. Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
No idea.
Yeah, he was on the Pacific.
Yeah, that's right. He was a character though. He worked with Terry Gibbons on the. He was with Terry Gibbons on the Pacific for a while.
That's right. Yeah, for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Terry died last year, by the way.
Did he? Oh, it's a shame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
he got to 80.
Wow.
Did we know that?
Yeah.
Did we know that Terry died?
I have a feeling somebody
came up on a previous. It came up on a previous.
Yeah, I think Pratty might have mentioned it as well.
He died last year. Yeah, because Terry had one of the duplexes out in Javier in Spain.
Yes,
that's right. Yeah. He was a big pal of the scene, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Is Pratty?
Terry took over from me. Terry took over from me on the Sun when I left the Sun in 80 to get married. Yeah, Terry came on the Sun.
Yeah, I knew him on PP with the American guy. It was a nutcase. Charlie Canogie, wasn't he?
Charlie was. Yeah.
You remember him, Scotty?
I never worked with him, but I met him.
No, I can't remember.
I used to wear big brown boots.
I remember him. He was fun.
Yeah. We had the Dutch guy and Steve Cum on the Sun.
Who?
Steve Cum, C-U-M-M. K-U-M-M.
Steve Cummings. Steve Cummings, you mean?
No, Cum. K-U-M-M.
What year was that, Steve?
It was maybe early 80s.
Oh, after I'd gone, yeah.
Don't think you know him, Giz. He used to play
few one-liners there, but I don't say anything.
He used to play football with us. Remember him?
Off the top of my head, no, but I'll have a look at the pictures. If probably one I don't know.
I think I told you guys that we had the Dutch guy working with me, and that was Leon Harting.
Yeah,
he sadly died last December, very suddenly. He got leukemia.
Really? Oh, wow.
And he was diagnosed in the end of October last year, and he died the end of December.
Oh,
about a week before Christmas. Yeah. 6-7 weeks, and he was dead.
I bought a camera off him on the Sun Princess.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy.
Yeah, I've still got the camera.
Nice
Actually, still got the camera.
Talking of Dutch guys on the Sun Princess buying things, do you ever remember Rudy?
Yeah, the port agent.
The night watchman.
No, the
He
night
used to
watchman.
sell everything and anything.
You mean the port agent?
No,
Curacao?
He was a night watchman.
Night watchman. He used to hold shop in the crew.
Used to call him the Amsterdam Jewess.
Rudy Droog.
Rudy Droog, yeah. Remember them watches? It used to be $1.
I still have one. I still have one of those watches. I had it, but I've still kept it. Yeah.
And it used to last you exactly 1 year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, I had that watch for years and years and years. It just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, but you were a bellboy at the time, Ray, and all the bellboys got a little present from the night watchman here.
Hey, not me.
Tom used to come out, didn't it? Mother Rocket used to.
That was it. I was trying to think what it was. It was the tongue hanging out, wasn't it? Yeah.
He said, any chance to get me a radio in New York?
Malcolm, who's sometimes on the crew bar call, had t-shirts made in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. It said, "Lick you all over $1, Rudy Droog." And Rudy thought they were such a great idea, he started selling them.
Oh my God.
Had that mouth picture with a big tongue. He had that stylized mouth picture with a big tongue hanging out of it.
Because Sammy Bradford tried to stop him selling stuff on the ship.
That's right, yeah. That's right, I remember that too, yeah. Sam was.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't getting his cut.
Rudy.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah. I was just trying to think of all the stuff that he was selling. Oh, I tell you what, seriously, I bought off him a car cassette cassette player to put in my mum's car at home. You know, you could get the little player, put it under the dashboard bit, and you have a couple of speakers that you run through to the back. I bought that off him for whatever, took it home, and I wanted to surprise my mum for Christmas by having the car done out with the new stereo speakers and a cassette player. So I took the car off round to a mate of mine's to do the work, so she wouldn't know about it just before Christmas. And she went right off. She said, what's happened to the car? What have you done to the car? I said, what do you mean? I said, I'm just getting it, just having a little bit of a zhush, done it. You've pranged the car, haven't you? You're flipping pranged the car. I haven't pranged the car. Honestly, it went on that long, and she was getting, in the end, I just went and brought the car back round. I said, Mum, this is why. Oh, you shouldn't have. And I said, yeah, no, I shouldn't have. Absolutely. Bloody nightmare. It was a good little player, actually.
It worked. It worked.
That was our route. That was our route.
Anyway, guys, I've got to suffer this next 45 minutes. So,
all right.
Well,
nice seeing you all. We'll speak to you again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'll be in the UK then, Steve. I'll have seen you in Southampton by the time the next
crew bar, Southampton.
Yeah, on the 20th of May.
Yeah,
20th of May, Steve.
21st.
Well, okay, whatever. Yeah, the 21st is Sunday. Yeah.
Any sign, Dave?
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. But you probably won't want it, will you?
Yeah, I don't mind going watching Bournemouth win.
Oh. Yeah, no, nothing.
You want tickets for Bournemouth, Steve?
Bournemouth United, 20th of May.
Have a word with Simon Lander. He works down there.
Right.
Do you know him, Steve?
He works for Bournemouth.
I don't think I know him.
He works for British Airways now.
Yeah.
think I sail with him. Anyway, you guys carry on. I've got some sweating to do.
All right.
I'll be watching it, Steve. It's time
we'll be watching it shortly. It's all right. Yeah.
All right, guys. See you then.
Yeah.
Not see you before. I'll see you in Northampton. If it's going to be there.
We'll probably
Give me a call, Charlie.
Oh, you're up in that restaurant, Brendan.
Way as well. I'll talk to you before Tuesday. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles.
Yeah. Brendan.
Okay.
Yeah,
what I'm going to restaurant.
What I'm going to do, Steve, is just send a note round on the Seagoing Friendships group to find out who wants to go to that restaurant. Sherry and me are definitely going to go, so just add on the names as people want to go.
Yeah,
and then I'll book it up maybe Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have all meet. We will have all met again by the time next crew bar is, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Southampton.
What time are you getting to that bed and breakfast, Steve?
Sorry?
What time are you arriving at that bed and breakfast place?
Well, I'm driving down, so I should be down there for about 3.
Well, my train doesn't get in till 4:20. So,
Right.
I'll probably say I'll see you there.
Bob, are you going from Waterloo?
No, I'm going through Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
I've got to go back through Waterloo.
Yeah, we're on the, I think it's a 3:10 or 3:15 or something from Waterloo.
Yeah, I'm staying in some digs where Steve and Ollie are.
Okay.
It's not a hotel, it's a boarding house.
Yeah. We'll sort something out. I'll speak to you before we go anyway, Bob.
All right. Okay.
All right, guys. I'll see you when I see you.
Okay, Steve.
Hey,
Steve.
Take care, all of you. Bye for now. Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm going as well now.
All right, we will be. But just as a reminder, then obviously next week there will be a crew bar, but it'll be the Aussie one, 9 o'clock UK. If anyone wants to come in, you're more than welcome. But as Colonel said, we'll have already met up down in Southampton by then, won't we?
Yeah. By the next fortnight. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, that'd be great. Apart from you, Andy, because you're travelling far, going abroad over to the Isle of Widget.
Actually,
20 miles away.
I just thought of something. Can someone pick me and Mrs. Kling up at the bus terminal in Southampton?
When
we come in on that bus you told me to get on from Heathrow.
You were only 5 minutes from the hotel, John.
We've got 3 suitcases. How can we walk with suitcases?
They got things called taxis there.
Yeah, I know that, Bob, but surely I got a mate who can say, I'll pick you up.
Where's the bus station, John?
Who's going to pick me up then? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But Bob, you need picking up as well, don't you?
I want picking up as well, yeah.
Well, you can walk from the station to the Ibis.
Steve.
Bob, you can walk from the railway station straight to the Soiree.
That's right, straight across the road.
And the
I don't know where these digs are. That we're
God, yeah, of course you're not stopping at the hotel, are you? I don't know where they are either.
No.
They're at the top end. I think they're at the top end of Southampton.
Well, where's the bus station?
Dave, where's the bus
it's
station?
down by down by the big shopping mall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just down on West Key Road.
By John Lewis. Lewis.
That's only about a 10-minute walk, for Christ's sake.
Yes.
I shall look forward to seeing you all.
We'll sort something out, John, I'm sure.
I'll be going to the restaurant with you, Brendan.
We'll figure it out.
I'll send a note round Tuesday, Wednesday about names for the restaurant. So I'll make the booking for the evening.
See you guys. Gotta go.
Okay.
Cheers, Bob.
Saturdays with acid and the Holy Spirit's crying, where's the beef?
This is Oscar, the Wally's Pocket, with Oscar Tales. The Tale of a Cow on a World Cruise. John Wimple was the most boring man in the world. He lived with his mum, and had always done so. Never married, had only one hobby, stamp collecting. Never went out, except to his weekly philatelist meeting, where he met his boring friends and showed off his stamp album. All the British Empire ones in the front, and foreign ones in the back. It is said he never did drink or socialise. He preferred to stay home and watch all the soap operas with his dear old mum. He worked for the National Health Service, or NHS, as a manager, and never got promotion, and sat in a grey office, a little grey man who never laughed and had no conversation. He had one thing on the top of his desk that was not work-related and not standard NHS equipment. There stood a very small plastic cow, the sort one would get in a toy farm set as a child. It was a white cow with black patches, a typical sort of milking cow model. Why it was there, no one ever knew, and no one ever asked. One time while I was on leave, I visited my friend Peter Bone and his wife Andrea, who was a practice nurse. I was asked to take part in a hospital prank of great complication. Would I take the plastic cow on my next world cruise and photograph it in all the ports, and as the pictures were posted back, they would arrive on the desk of the boring man whenever he left his workplace to go away. Then we would see how long it took for him to say something to someone in the hospital. I agreed to the plan, and the plastic cow was duly swiped off his desk when he was away for lunch, and I was given it to take on its long trip abroad. The ship sailed from Southampton, and I used my camera to photograph the cow with the ship's name, Oriana, in the background. Then several more shots of the port around. We set off on the world cruise. On arrival in Madeira, I photographed the cow 3 times with local shots. I then decided to add a new element to the little game and filled out a postcard with the cow telling its owner how much fun it was having on a world cruise, and sent it off to Peter's address for it to be placed on the desk of Wimpy Wimple, and this was duly done. Then on to Barbados, where more pictures of the cow with a suitable background were made, and the first roll of film was then developed, and the resulting pictures were then posted back to the United Kingdom with a new added element to the little game. I enclosed a long letter from the cow to its owner, telling him how much fun the plastic cow was having on its world cruise, and the things it was doing in the port, and the new friends the cow had met. This was duly sneaked onto the most boring man in the world's desk during a coffee break. So far, no reaction from the victim of this little prank. Not a murmur of surprise to anybody in the office. The cow was then photographed going through the Panama Canal. It was stood on the rail of the ship in one of the locks. And then we were off to Acapulco. There it was photographed with the famous cliff divers. And for added measure, a postcard went off as well. Now it had become a regular prank of mine to send a postcard in every port, purporting to tell of the fun side trips and excursions the cow was having. In Vancouver, the cow was photographed at the Narrows Bridge in Stanley Park. In San Francisco on a cable car, at Fisherman's Wharf, and later in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. The cow had a very exciting trip to Disneyland at our call in Los Angeles, and then went on to Knott's Berry Farm and Universal Studios. Another developed film of pictures was posted off at this port, and the picture postcards were sent off at all the venues as an added joke. On the long trip across to Hawaii, I concocted a long letter about the cow taking part in nightly events on board. The first was a fancy dress parade. It won first prize as a cow. Next was a ladies' night dance. It won a prize for the two-step, not easy with 4 hoops. The casino night brought forth great riches for the cow on the roulette wheel, and the money paid for the hire of a candy-striped jeep to drive around the island of Honolulu, calling in at all its well-known tourist spots, ending at Waikiki Beach. At each stop, I photographed the plastic cow with a suitable background, and then off back to the ship, and we sailed off to Fiji, and a picture of the famous police band. The game went on through Auckland and on to Sydney. The cow stood on the ship's rail to take a shot in the background of the famous opera house. Then off to Wynyard Underground Station to catch the train over the Sydney Harbour Bridge to Milson's Point. I had got shots of the cow at the carriage window with the harbour below and the Manly's ferry steaming off from Circular Quay. In Melbourne, the cow rode round the city on a Melbourne tram, and a shot of it was taken by Flinders Street Station and the cathedral. More postcards were sent off, and another roll of film developed and pictures sent off, with another letter detailing all the trips the cow was enjoying. So it went on. Fremantle, Colombo, Bombay, the Suez Canal, Naples, Gibraltar, Lisbon, and back to Southampton. Cards, pictures, and the occasional letter all sent off, and all duly sneaked onto the desk of the most boring man in the National Health Service. I got home from the voyage and made a trip down to Peter's house to find out what the reaction to our little prank had been and to return the cow, which next day reappeared in its customary position on its owner's desk. Andrea said that John Wimple had said nothing to anyone or shown any reaction to the blizzard of cards, letters and pictures that had landed on his desk during the preceding months. Nor did he show any visible emotion to the cow's sudden return. He had conclusively proved that indeed he was the most boring man in the world. Oh, and a postscript. What did he do with all those postcards and letters, not to mention the pictures I had taken so much trouble to obtain? Burned them, I expect, as of no interest. But I bet he kept the stamps and put them in his stamp album. Well, that's all, folks, for this week. From Oscar. Oh, and always remember,